Boop. There we go.
Hey everybody, it's Christy back with another video, and today we are going to unbox Upcrate 35. I'm very excited to unbox this Upcrate. Let's see what's inside. I did open this flap just so I don't have to turn it upside down and black out my address. But let's go ahead and bust into this guy. My daughter's here with me today.
Hi.
She's going to do this one with me, so let's see what's inside. Alright, it says, unbox your Upcrate creativity, and it looks like something is wrong with my box. Ooh. Something looks like it opened in there.
Yeah.
That's not good.
I'm just like,
oh no. Oh no. Well, it feels like if it's this one, it feels like it's okay. But it definitely looks like white gouache that opened, but it looks okay. It looks okay. It looks like it maybe survived. Let's see what else we've got in here.
Hopefully.
2 other gouaches, a black and a primary yellow. And
a Liquitex heavy body acrylic.
Light blue.
And light blue.
Well, that's fun. Okay.
Yeah.
So far so good. We have a palette in here.
Interesting.
And some washi tape. Ooh, look, that's cute washi tape. See the design on it? It's cute, from the brand Folia. Our bottle post.
It's like gray with metallic orange dots.
Some stickers. Those are pretty. Oh, look at this artwork. So from, oh, there we go. Sorry, now I'm in frame. Alinum.art. Beautiful. Wow. So this is a gouache box, it seems. That's exciting. And then we have some watercolor paper. Not very much watercolor paper. And a brush. Oh, it's a Lukas brush. So we have a Lukas gold number 2. It looks like a flat brush. So that's good. Lukas is a great brand.
Ooh. We only have 3 sheets of watercolor paper.
Yeah,
that's
that
surprising.
seems like not very much. Looks like nice paper. Looks like we could make pretty bookmarks, but it's not very much watercolor paper. I mean, I have a lot of watercolor paper, but you know, it's about the value for the box. So I don't know about that.
I see what happened with the gouache. There's a tiny, tiny hole in it that, like, a needle could have popped it.
She sees the hole. You guys see it there? I see it too.
It's real tiny.
Yeah. And so, okay.
Wonder if we could, like, glue it or tape it.
I don't know. We're just going to have to be really careful with this. So this is the Royal Talens white gouache. This is Lefranc and Bourgeois fine gouache from Lionel, maybe? I don't know who's... I don't know. Lefranc and Bourgeois, Lionel is on there too, but that seems to be the company. I've never heard of this company before, but I have black gouache here. This tube feels fine.
This tube feels fine too. It's the same brand in a yellow color.
Primary yellow. So that's pretty neat. And then we have some Liquitex heavy body acrylic here.
And a light blue.
Light blue permanent, so that's pretty neat. So yeah, we should be able to make white, black, blue, and yellow will give us a green. So we should, I mean, I don't know if everybody got different colors. Let's look in the bottle post and see. So what's inside the bottle post? Can you guys see it? There we go. Summer Daydream. Oh, that's cute. So it looks like everybody got the same. Oh, no, it looks like maybe some people got different colors of gouache. Mix of 12 different colors. You have 2 colors in your box. Okay, so we got yellow and black. That's interesting. I mean, I'm never sad for the black because I can always mix darker or lighter when it's gouache, but interesting, interesting.
We definitely have to be careful with the white tube.
Oh,
because now I have
okay.
it all over my hand.
Okay, yeah, well, let's pause and maybe you can go rinse your hand and, well, let's keep going and then in a minute we'll do that. But yeah, let's not mess with that gouache tube until I get some more of it out. I have lots of white gouache too, so that's okay.
It looks like some white gouache got spilled on the yellow.
Yep. Heavy body, the Liquitex. Liquitex is great paint. I'm not a big fan of acrylic paint, but I imagine with the gouache I can use it similarly to acrylic gouache, so that'll be nice. And this is Talens brand Gouache Extra Fine. That seems like a really nice tube of gouache. I like the Van Gogh paints in general. And then a Lukas flat brush. That's exciting. I don't have any Lukas paint brushes, so that'll be nice. And then we did get a mixing palette. So that's exciting too. So it says ArtSpace watercolor paper strips, 300 GSM. But again, they're not even 100% cotton, it seems. They're just 300 GSM. So
weird.
I don't know. I feel like
it's cold press.
I feel like I understand that maybe we are having issues with supply chain, but that seems like a really small amount of especially considering last time we got an entire pad of paper for micron pens, and it was like rough paper that I wouldn't use my microns on. I feel like you could have gone with gouache. You could have gone with some mixed media paper, and it would have been more affordable, and I would have preferred getting more paper. I just would have preferred more than 3. I feel like that's really cheaping out a little bit here.
Same.
In my opinion, that's it. But man, this artist, she is gorgeous. So she just makes gorgeous work. So we should, let me give you her Instagram here. You should definitely check her out on Instagram. And I just love, oh, she's such a good landscape artist. And you know, that's my jam. So I'm kind of excited to try these colors and see if I can make a nice landscape. I think that I've got a pretty good idea. And this is an interview with her, and then they tell you lots of stuff here, some quick tips, ooh, some art hacks, how to use a limited palette. That's pretty cool. I like that idea.
I have some ideas for what I'm going to paint too.
These are, do you have some ideas?
Yep.
That's exciting. Gouache expert Denise. So we'll have to check some of that out later. Some step-by-step here from Gouache expert Denise. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're giving us some ideas depending on the... So here are the different palettes that we could have ended up with. So primary yellow, ivory black, light blue permanent. Rose, brown, and light blue permanent. Raw umber, Chinese red, light blue permanent. Persian yellow, medium, ivory black, and light blue permanent. So that's a different yellow and still the ivory black. Interesting. Japanese green, deep, raw sienna, light blue permanent. I love that. Love that set. That's probably the set I would have chosen if I was given the choice. Man. But this isn't bad. This isn't a bad palette, and I will be able to do a lot with it, I think. Let's see. Burnt sienna, dioxazine, purple, or cyan, burnt sienna, dioxazine, purple, light blue permanent.
I don't see light blue. I
wonder why cyan, burnt sienna, dioxazine, purple. That's 4 colors. And the rest of these are only 3, so that's interesting. Okay, that's interesting.
And it didn't show the purple in the picture.
Oh, I like this. There's like a little spot here that shows you how to mix the paints with some different colors.
Cool.
Very neat. And some more tips. Yeah, this is a really nice magazine. I always enjoy it. Here's some cool stuff from Upcrate 32. Had a fun time with that box.
Oh, that's neat.
Upcrate 33. So Scrim watercolors are awesome. I actually bought some more, and I'm going to be talking about them in a video upcoming. So that was really exciting. That box was the one I did the mermaid with. So super, super cute. So let's see here.
Yeah.
The Upcrate battle for this month is Nature is Art. Submission deadline is 8/24 for the Upcrate battle. So we'll give that a try, and we shall see what we think about that. But let's go ahead and get to swatching. I'm actually not going to swatch on these because I want to do our art pieces on these, so I'll grab some similar watercolor paper to do our swatches on. Stay tuned. So here we are with our finished pieces. I have a lot to say about my thoughts about this box, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I do want to preface with is that I actually love the piece that I finished with. I have had a really fun time doing those clouds. Man, they were fun. And trees, the prompt was nature is art, so I really enjoyed making a bookmark with that prompt. And what did you do, sweetie?
I had a really fun time making this piece of art. It's meant to look like cactuses, like in a desert sunset.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And instead of like it being a light green and bright yellow flowers on the cactuses and like the bright yellow ground, I made it darker with the black, so it was almost like a silhouette, but not quite. There's a hair in that.
Okay. Yeah, and so my trees are also, they're like a dark green, they're not black, so we ended up doing mixing to facilitate that. Now, here's one thing that I found very interesting about this box. The gouaches are awesome. All three gouaches, I'm going to bring them into frame here. All three of these gouache paints were really good. This one does have a hole in it, so I'm going to have to figure out how to block that hole because it's really good white gouache.
This heavy body acrylic, I really liked it, and I feel like since I'm more experienced with watercolor than most other paint, I honestly feel like it felt a lot like watercolor because we were using water with it.
Well, that's what's interesting. So let me talk about that for a second. We used it a lot like watercolor because this is gouache. And gouache you're meant to use more like watercolor with water and everything like that. But this was drying really fast because it's heavy body acrylic paint. And so I found myself spraying it and trying to keep it wet so that we could work with it with the gouache. So I love this paint as an acrylic paint. She's right, neither of us are really acrylic people too much. But I found it interesting that they would choose a heavy body acrylic to go with gouache instead of like an open acrylic. I feel like if they had chosen an open acrylic or something that dries slowly, it would have made a lot more sense to go with the gouache.
I think that when I was doing my gradient, this heavy body acrylic, so I feel like it just got more like gouache the more you mixed it with gouache.
Yeah.
So like that was what made the gradient easier, and I had never done like a gouache or acrylic gradient before, so it was kind of a new challenge for me.
Yeah, but you did a great job.
Thank you.
This brush is lovely, but it's really small for backgrounds. So, and that's not, I'm not going to blame Upcrate for that because they had to make a choice on a brush. They had to decide if they wanted a brush for detail or if they wanted a brush for backgrounds. And I agree that I'd rather have the detail brush be given to us. But in full disclosure, I used, oops, just throwing things everywhere. We both used a big, I mean, if you watched it, you know, we used a big flat brush just to go ahead and do the backgrounds first. So you didn't see the gradients be painted because for some reason my camera decided to turn off. But at some point you did see us using the bigger brushes. So I used my Royal and Langnickel Mythos brush, and you used...
I used an Artist Loft
3/4
inch brush.
Yeah, so that worked out. The washi tape's great. It works really nicely. Look how nice and crisp our edges are. You saw the paint come off.
And I also used my very old Pro Arcade brush.
Mm-hmm. And then this palette was great. Actually, I love this palette, and it's going to be a great palette for gouache and for acrylic paint. Maybe even watercolor inks, if because those wells are nice and deep. It's nice and thick.
Yeah, it was, like, at first it was beating up on the palette, like, when we watered it down.
True.
But even though it stains some colors on there, it's still a real nice palette. And it is nice for gouache.
So, was this box worth it? I didn't do a price comparison, but I know that Upcrate valued this box around $30 US, and that's a little bit less than what I paid for it overall. So it's a barely a value. I do think they could have done a huge service to everybody by giving us about 5 to 10 pieces of this paper, because the paper is not very high quality paper. It's not bad paper, but like, because you were not getting, like, I understand the supply chain issues here. I feel like if you had given everybody a few more pieces of paper, this would have been a slam dunk box. And like I said, I just find heavy body acrylic a interesting choice with gouache. I think an open acrylic or like a even a pouring acrylic would have made more sense, because something looser that works with gouache would make a little bit more sense there. But overall, I'm not complaining. This was a really good box, and we had a really fun time.
I feel like if they wanted to do gouache and acrylic, I feel like they could have done acrylic gouache if they wanted to do gouache and acrylic.
That's true. That's true, because Holbein does acrylic gouache that's really nice, and it is expensive. So maybe this is what they could get. And like I said, we worked with it, and it turned out okay.
Yeah.
So this was a really fun box. Did you get this box? If you got this box, let me know what colors you got, because, oh, that's one last thing I want to say. I like that they didn't just throw colors in a box. They very much, if you looked at the bottle post, made color choices for these two gouaches that worked together so that people would have a cohesive color palette. I appreciate Upcrate that you did that, because not every company does that when they have random color choices, and sometimes it can get really in the weeds. So what colors did you get if you got this box? I would love to see what pieces of artwork you made and hear all about it in the comments below. So that's going to be it for us today. I hope that you enjoyed this and it inspires you to get your gouache paints out and make some artsy bits yourself. Thanks everybody, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye for now.